Hello friends, I am Dr. Harsha Suryavanshi, Assistant Professor from Sri Shivaji Law College, Parvani, Maharashtra. In this video, we are going to see the general rules regarding place of suing. In the previous video, we have seen general rule given under section 15 and section 16. Section 15 says that a suit shall be instituted in the court of lowest grade competent to try the suit, while section 16 deals with suit for immovable property. Section 16 says that suit for immovable property shall be instituted in the court where the property is situated. Now let us see other rules regarding place of suing. It may happen that a property may be situated within the jurisdiction of two or more courts. In such situation, further rules have been given in further sections 17, 18 and onwards. Section 17 speaks that when immovable property is situated within jurisdiction of different courts, in such situation, the suit may be instituted in any court within local limits of whose jurisdiction any portion of property is situated. That means when immovable property is situated within jurisdiction of more than one court, suit may be instituted in either of those courts where portion of property is situated. Section 18 speaks about the case when there is uncertainty about local limits of jurisdiction of courts. It says that in such situation, when local limits of jurisdiction of courts are uncertain, suit may be instituted in any one of those courts. After receiving the suit, the court shall record reasons about ground of uncertainty and accordingly proceed to dispose of the suit. While deciding the forum under section 17 or 18, one will have to keep in mind rule of territorial and pecuniary jurisdiction. Now let us see situation further under section 19 when suit is for compensation for wrongs to person and movables. It means suits regarding torts committed against a person or committed with respect to movable property. In such situation, a suit may be instituted in the court within whose jurisdiction wrong is committed. That means the cause of action has arisen, or the suit may be instituted where the defendant resides. The suit may be instituted in a court where the defendant carries on business. The suit may be instituted where the defendant personally works for gain. Section 20 deals with residual cases. That means cases that are not covered by section 16, 17, 18 or 19. In such situation, suit may be instituted where the defendant resides or where the cause of action has arisen. Now let us see the situation about objection about place of suing. Section 21 says that objection as to jurisdiction shall be taken at the earliest. If the objection regarding jurisdiction is not taken in the original court, the appellate courts may not entertain objections in appellate jurisdiction. Section 21A bars the suits that suit intends to set aside a decree on objection as to place of suing. Section 22 speaks about power to transfer suits that may be instituted in more than one courts. In such situation, the defendant may make application to the court for transfer. The defendant shall give notice to the concerned parties and then only the court shall decide whether to transfer the suit or not. Now let us see the process of transfer and withdrawal and who has power to transfer and withdraw the cases. The general power of transfer and withdrawal are with High Court or District Court. The High Court or District Court, it may transfer or withdraw a suit or appeal or other proceedings and try the suit or appeal or other proceedings itself. That means the High Court or District Court, or the High Court or District Court may transfer the suit or appeal or other proceedings to subordinate court. However, while transferring the suit, the court will have to keep in mind that the court is competent to try the suit. Similarly, the High Court or District Court may retransfer the suit to the court from which it was withdrawn. Section 25 deals with powers of Supreme Court to transfer the suits. Section 25 comes into picture when there is a transfer of suit or appeal or proceedings from one state to other state. This transfer may be from High Court of one state to other state. In such situation, the power to transfer or withdraw is with the Supreme Court. However, whenever application is made for transfer or withdrawal of suit by the person, in such situation, the application must be supported by an affidavit stating the grounds for transfer of the suit. Thank you friends. Thank you very much.